Computer mouse 50 MCQs with explanation. How well do you know a computer mouse? Test yourself with these 50 important mouse MCQs, try to answer each question before the correct answer appears, and check your score at the end. 1. What is a computer mouse? A. An input device. B. An output device. C. A storage device. D. A processing device. Answer: A. An input device. A mouse is an input device because it sends user commands to the computer. 2. Which device is commonly used to point and select items on a computer screen? A. Printer. B. Mouse. C. Speaker. D. Monitor. Answer: B. Mouse. The mouse allows us to point at, select, and interact with objects on the screen. 3. Which part of a mouse is mainly used to select an item? A. Left button. B. Scroll wheel. C. Cable. D. Sensor. Answer: A. Left button. A single click of the left mouse button is commonly used to select an item. 4. What does a single click usually do? A. Opens the computer. B. Selects an item. C. Shuts down the computer. D. Deletes the operating system. Answer: B. Selects an item. A single click normally selects an item, although the exact action can depend on the application. 5. What does double-clicking an icon usually do? A. Opens the item. B. Deletes the item. C. Copies the item. D. Prints the item. Answer: A. Opens the item. Double-clicking an icon commonly opens the associated file, folder, or program. 6. Which mouse button commonly displays a shortcut or context menu? A. Left button. B. Right button. C. Middle button. D. Power button. Answer: B. Right button. Right-clicking commonly opens a context menu containing commands related to the selected item. 7. What is the wheel in the middle of a mouse commonly used for? A. Typing. B. Scrolling. C. Printing. D. Scanning. Answer: B. Scrolling. The scroll wheel is commonly used to move up and down through documents and web pages. 8. What is the movement of an item from one location to another using a mouse called? A. Drag and drop. B. Copy and paste. C. Cut and paste. D. Scroll and zoom. Answer: A. Drag and drop. Drag and drop means holding the mouse button while moving an item, then releasing it at the destination. 9. Which type of mouse uses a ball mechanism to detect movement? A. Optical mouse. B. Mechanical mouse. C. Wireless mouse. D. Laser mouse. Answer: B. Mechanical mouse. Traditional mechanical mice use a physical ball and internal rollers to detect movement. 10. Which type of mouse uses light to detect movement? A. Mechanical mouse. B. Optical mouse. C. Serial mouse. D. Ball mouse. Answer: B. Optical mouse. An optical mouse uses an optical sensor and light to detect movement across a surface. 11. Which device can be used instead of a traditional mouse on many laptops? A. Touchpad. B. Printer. C. Scanner. D. Projector. Answer: A. Touchpad. A laptop touchpad is a built-in pointing device that can perform many functions of a mouse. 12. What is the small arrow or symbol controlled by a mouse on the screen called? A. Cursor. B. Icon. C. Folder. D. Window. Answer: A. Cursor. The cursor or pointer shows the current position controlled by the pointing device. 13. What does dragging usually involve? A. Clicking and holding a mouse button while moving the mouse. B. Pressing the keyboard only. C. Turning off the monitor. D. Restarting the computer. Answer: A. Clicking and holding a mouse button while moving the mouse. In a typical drag operation, you press and hold a mouse button, move the mouse, and then release the button. 14. Which mouse button is generally used for dragging objects? A. Left button. B. Right button. C. Scroll wheel only. D. Power button. Answer: A. Left button. The left button is commonly used to select and drag files, folders, and other objects. 15. What does right-clicking usually open? A. Context menu. B. Calculator. C. Keyboard. D. BIOS. Answer: A. Context menu. A context menu provides commands related to the object or area where you right-click. 16. Which mouse is connected to a computer without a physical data cable? A. Wireless mouse. B. Mechanical mouse. C. Serial mouse. D. Ball mouse. Answer: A. Wireless mouse. A wireless mouse communicates with the computer without using a physical data cable. 17. A wireless mouse commonly uses which technology to communicate with a computer? A. Radio/Bluetooth. B. Ink. C. Paper. D. HDMI only. Answer: A. Radio/Bluetooth. Wireless mice commonly use radio frequency technology through a USB receiver or Bluetooth. 18. Which part of an optical mouse detects movement? A. Optical sensor. B. Speaker. C. Printer head. D. Keyboard switch. Answer: A. Optical sensor. The optical sensor captures information from the surface to determine mouse movement. 19. What is DPI in relation to a mouse? A. Dots per inch. B. Data per input. C. Device processing interface. D. Digital pointer input. Answer: A. Dots per inch. DPI stands for dots per inch and is commonly used to describe a mouse's sensitivity or resolution. 20. Higher mouse DPI generally means the pointer can move how? A. More distance on screen for the same physical movement. B. Only vertically. C. Only horizontally. D. Not at all. Answer: A. More distance on screen for the same physical movement. With higher sensitivity, a smaller physical mouse movement can produce a larger pointer movement on screen. 21. Which mouse feature is commonly used to move up and down a web page? A. Scroll wheel. B. Left button. C. Right button. D. Sensor light. Answer: A. Scroll wheel. The scroll wheel makes navigating long web pages and documents easier. 22. What does pressing the scroll wheel often allow in some applications? A. Middle click functions. B. Printing. C. Typing letters. D. Turning off the CPU. Answer: A. Middle click functions. Pressing the scroll wheel commonly acts as a middle mouse button, although its function can vary by application. 23. Which of the following is not a mouse function? A. Pointing. B. Clicking. C. Dragging. D. Printing documents by itself. Answer: D. Printing documents by itself. A mouse can control actions on the computer, but it cannot physically print a document by itself. 24. What is the action of moving the mouse pointer over an item without clicking called? A. Hovering. B. Printing. C. Formatting. D. Booting. Answer: A. Hovering. Hovering means placing the pointer over an item without clicking it. 25. Which action is commonly used to select multiple files individually? A. Control plus click. B. Alt plus click. C. Shift plus escape. D. F1 plus click. Answer: A. Control plus click. In many graphical interfaces, holding Control while clicking allows you to select individual items separately. 26. Which mouse action is commonly used to select a continuous group of items? A. Shift plus click. B. Alt plus click. C. F2 plus click. D. Escape plus click. Answer A. Shift plus click. In many file managers, Shift click can select a continuous range of items. 27. What happens when you press and release a mouse button once? A. Click. B. Double click. C. Drag. D. Scroll. Answer A. Click. A single press and release of a mouse button is called a click. 28. What is pressing the same mouse button twice quickly called? A. Double click. B. Right click. C. Drag. D. Hover. Answer A. Double click. A double click consists of two clicks performed quickly one after another. 29. Which type of mouse does not require a mousepad specifically for its operation? A. Optical mouse. B. Mechanical mouse. C. Ball mouse. D. Trackball. Answer A. Optical mouse. Optical mice generally work directly on suitable surfaces and do not require a special mouseball or traditional mousepad. 30. What is a trackball? A pointing device with a ball controlled by the user. B. A type of printer. C. A storage device. D. A computer monitor. Answer A. A pointing device with a ball controlled by the user. A trackball is a pointing device in which the user rotates a ball to control the pointer. 31. Which device is primarily used to control the pointer on a graphical user interface? A. Mouse. B. Speaker. C. Printer. D. UPS. Answer A. Mouse. A mouse is a common pointing device used to interact with graphical user interfaces. 32. What is the main purpose of a mouse sensor? A. To detect mouse movement. B. To produce sound. C. To store files. D. To display images. Answer A. To detect mouse movement. The sensor detects movement and allows the computer to move the pointer accordingly. 33. Which connection is commonly used by wired modern mice? A. USB. B. VGA. C. HDMI. D. PS2 video. Answer A. USB. USB is a common connection for modern wired computer mice. 34. Which older connector was commonly used for connecting a mouse to a computer? A. PS2. B. HDMI. C. VGA. D. DisplayPort. Answer A. PSR2. PSR2 ports were commonly used for keyboards and mice on older desktop computers. 35. What does USB stand for? A. Universal Serial Bus. B. Universal System Board. C. User Serial Button. D. Unified Storage Bus. Answer A. Universal Serial Bus. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, a standard used to connect many types of peripherals. 36. Which mouse is generally more convenient for reducing cable clutter? A. Wireless mouse. B. Wired mouse. C. Mechanical mouse. D. Serial mouse. Answer A. Wireless mouse. A wireless mouse removes the need for a mouse data cable, reducing cable clutter. 37. What can happen when you drag a file to a folder? A. The file may be moved or copied depending on the operation. B. The monitor turns off. C. The keyboard stops working. D. The CPU is removed. Answer A. The file may be moved or copied depending on the operation. Dragging files can move or copy them depending on the operating system, location, and modifier keys. 38. Which mouse action is commonly used to open a shortcut menu? A. Right-click. B. Double-click. C. Drag. D. Hover. Answer A. Right-click. Right-clicking commonly opens a shortcut, or context, menu. 39. Which mouse action is commonly used to open a folder? A. Double-click. B. Right-click only. C. Scroll. D. Hover. Answer: A. Double-click. On many desktop operating systems, double-clicking a folder opens it. 40. Which of the following is a pointing device? A. Mouse. B. Printer. C. Speaker. D. Monitor. Answer: A. Mouse. A mouse is classified as a pointing device because it controls the pointer on the screen. 41. Which mouse type commonly uses a rechargeable or replaceable battery? A. Wireless mouse. B. Mechanical mouse only. C. PS2 mouse only. D. Ball mouse only. Answer: A. Wireless mouse. Many wireless mice use batteries because they need power without a wired connection. 42. What happens when you move a mouse on a suitable surface? A. The pointer generally moves on the screen. B. The computer shuts down. C. The monitor prints a document. D. The keyboard changes language automatically. Answer: A. The pointer generally moves on the screen. The mouse detects its movement and the computer translates it into pointer movement. 43. Which mouse button is usually located on the left side of a standard mouse? A. Left button. B. Right button. C. Middle button. D. Power button. Answer: A. Left button. On a standard right-handed mouse, the primary button is usually on the left side. 44. Which mouse button is usually located on the right side? A. Right button. B. Left button. C. Middle button. D. Scroll button. Answer: A. Right button. The right mouse button is commonly used for context menus and secondary actions. 45. What is mouse sensitivity related to? A. How much the pointer moves in response to physical mouse movement. B. The size of the monitor. C. The amount of RAM. D. Printer speed. Answer: A. How much the pointer moves in response to physical mouse movement. Mouse sensitivity determines how much the pointer moves when you physically move the mouse. 46. Which of the following can be performed with a mouse? A. Selecting an icon. B. Increasing RAM physically. C. Printing without a printer. D. Replacing the CPU. Answer: A. Selecting an icon. Selecting icons and other screen elements is one of the basic functions of a mouse. 47. Which device is especially useful for pointing and drawing on a computer? A. Mouse. B. Speaker. C. Printer. D. UPS. Answer: A. Mouse. A mouse can be used for pointing and basic computer-based drawing. 48. What is the primary function of a computer mouse? A. To control the pointer and interact with graphical elements. B. To store permanent data. C. To process instructions. D. To display video. Answer: A. To control the pointer and interact with graphical elements. Explanation. The mouse lets users interact with buttons, icons, menus, files, and other graphical elements. 49. Which of the following is an example of a mouse operation? A. Clicking. B. Scanning. C. Printing. D. Recording audio. Answer: A. Clicking. Clicking is one of the most basic operations performed with a computer mouse. 50. The mouse is mainly classified as which type of computer device? A. Input device. B. Output device. C. Storage device. D. Processing device. Answer: A. Input device. The mouse is an input device because it allows the user to send commands and actions to the computer. Your 50 mouse MCQs are complete. Now count your correct answers. How many did you get? Keep practicing to improve your computer knowledge. Subscribe for the next All Subjects MCQs quiz.